Hi, everybody. It's Friday, and that means messages from Spirit. I apologize for the lateness of this. I'm not sure what's going on with my Facebook Lives this week, but on my end, it looks like it's recording. I end it, and then there's nothing there anywhere. So I do hope that you are able to see this and get your reading. So I'm doing it again, and here we go. I already chose the three cards. I'm not re-choosing the cards because I believe that Spirit has given us the ones that we need. So I will show you card number one, card number two, and card number three. Let's go through that one more time before I reveal what the messages are. Card number one, card number two, and finally card number three. Which one resonates with you? Remember, there's no wrong answer. And to remind you that if the message doesn't make a lot of sense right at this moment, that who knows what may come up throughout the week and you'll think, oh yeah, I was told that. All right, so those who chose card number one, you are choosing the mother energy for this week. And she is reminding you about purpose. This week is a time for reflection, a time to move forward with your purpose at this moment in time. And you might be sitting there thinking, oh, but I don't know what that is. That's exactly it. Now you're asking. Now find ways to find out what your purpose is. We all go through that, and although we have a main purpose for when we come here, lessons to learn, things to do, people to meet, along that way, it'll shift, it'll change. And it's all signs of your evolving and growing and where you're meant to be at a specific moment in time. Maybe you're someone right now watching who you feel as though you knew who you were and what your job was, so to speak. And now it's shifting for you, it's changed. And that can be from being a parent to where your children were home and now they're moved out, or they're still home but they're young adults, and so they don't need you the same way physically and even emotionally, as much as we hate to cut that cord a little bit there. So now it's, if you identified yourself with being a mother or father or caregiver, and that isn't there anymore. And that applies as well if you've been looking after a loved one who's passed, maybe a mother or father, and now there's that emptiness because you've had that routine of those years where certain times, certain days, that sort of thing, and now that's changed. So you have to look at, what is it I'm doing? What is my purpose and path? And you've maybe haven't looked at that for quite some time. Maybe you're retiring and now you're going from a job that you went to every day from 9 to 5 or whatever the time was. You get into a routine of getting up a certain time, working for so many hours, coming home and doing certain things. That isn't there anymore. So it's just the change in ritual, we'll say, for you. So this is a time of being okay with asking yourself, what is my purpose now? And then taking steps to move forward with that. Don't be afraid of it. Rather, engage in it and welcome it into your life at this time. For those who chose card number two, you as well have got the mother energy. And she's saying awareness. How many times do we just kind of get up and go through the course of the day and we're not really paying attention to how we physically, emotionally feel, to even the world around us that much? You got your mind set on making an appointment, so you're going from the house to the car and away you go. Do you take a moment when you step outside to look around? What kind of day is it today? What's the air feel like? If I take that deep breath in, can I smell spring? Do I look at the trees and notice how much more the leaves are out now than they were yesterday or a week ago? We have a beautiful full moon. Do you just pull the blinds at night, or do you take a moment to look out and see that? Or better yet, step outside and feel the energy of the moon flow over you. This week, be aware. Allow all your senses to be reignited and come alive. It's like you've maybe in the past and have kind of built a shell around yourself. And we do that sometimes with our routines. Yes, they're helpful and we need them, but when they get so rigid that we don't expand outside of them, you can miss a lot in the world around you. Are you turning down that coffee break with friends because it's the day you normally do your laundry? Are you not are you watching the same thing on TV day after day after day and just kind of numb in front of it and then turning around and saying that, well, I don't have time to meditate? Get rid of half an hour of that mind-numbing television or the news that's always just bringing you down. Be aware of how you are reacting and interacting in the world around you in this next week. For those who took card number 3, it is the Maiden, and she's talking about physical health. And again, it kind of comes down to an awareness. How do you feel? How do you physically feel? What are you doing for your physical health? This is not saying that something horrible is going to happen to you, but it's a reminder that we are responsible for this body that we're in. We can blame everything, everybody, but at the end of the day, how we feel about our body, how we look after our body is up to us. A lot of people over the winter stay inside, don't like the cold, all of that sort of thing. This is a reminder, get up, get moving, get out, connect to the earth. That will really help your physical health. Remember that if you are going through something, some kind of disease of the body or some kind of healing of the body, that's exactly what it is. You are experiencing those things. It is not who you are. It is not who you are. It's what's happening to you, or it's what you're experiencing. But do not define yourself by a disease. Learn from it. Take a positive attitude. Remember that your emotional state of mind affects your physical well-being and vice versa. You may be physically ill right now, and after a while, that can, if you allow it to, put you maybe in a state of depression or just always thinking how awful you feel. And maybe your physical body does hurt and is in pain. But you have to visualize yourself being well. See what it is, and so that you can feel that healing process. Remember, your mind and body work together, so you want it to be a positive thing. So again, the physical health isn't always, you may not have anything physically wrong with you, and this is not telling you that something is going to happen to you or you're going to get sick or anything this week. It's a reminder to look after your physical health, and that can be as simple as going outside and taking in nature. All right, so what happens when we put all 3 together? Remember, our first card was purpose, and that's the center of the reading when I do a 3-card reading. The next one is awareness, and then physical health. So for everybody, it's a time of reflection and saying, what is my purpose? Why am I here? How can I serve others? Those are all important things, and every decision we make is based on how we answer them, not someone else, how we answer them. So when you're at that point where maybe you're feeling as though you're a bit restless and you're not really sure why, chances are it's that you're at a point where you need to be asking yourself that question, what is my purpose and am I fulfilling it? Because perhaps you haven't taken time to ask yourself that. So that's where awareness comes in. Take time to ask the question, then listen for the answer. Listen to how it feels. If a certain thing comes to you that, oh, my purpose is to volunteer and I haven't been volunteering, Ask yourself and visualize yourself volunteering somewhere, wherever that is for you. And I'm just using this as an example. How does it make you feel when you do that? See yourself doing it and be aware of how it makes you feel. Maybe it's time for you to step out and do that sort of thing. Maybe you've done it in the past and it got put on the back burner. Maybe now is when you are meant to do those things. So ask yourself and then be aware of how you emotionally and physically feel when answers come to you. And that's where the physical health comes in as well. If you've been feeling kind of down in the dumps, you're not sure why, and now all of a sudden you're just feeling really tired, physically unwell, not maybe really sick, but just not that much energy. Be aware of how emotionally and spiritually where your thoughts have been. It can be as simple as getting outside more and really looking around and observing and remembering that you are part of this great universe. You are not insignificant. You have a reason to be here, a reason to intertwine your life with other people. Find it. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, because that comfort zone becomes a jail after a while, holding you back from being all you can be. So this is a week to rediscover, or to discover if you've never asked yourself before, what your purpose is at this moment in time. What is it I need to be doing? And sometimes that purpose is to not do. If you've been an extremely busy person, maybe you've just retired, your kids have just left home, and just something. Maybe you've gone through something personal yourself and it's just had a lot to do. Sometimes your purpose is to sit back for just a while, regroup, and find out what your new path is going to be. It's okay to make changes. You don't have to do the very same thing every moment of the day for the rest of your life. And you are never, ever too old to learn something new, to try something new. So get out there and allow yourself to experience this human life. I hope that brought some meaning to you today. I'd love to hear from you. And until Monday, where we meet again for morning meditation, have a beautiful weekend. And hopefully, this recorded this time.